It's the new Johnny's Flip, great for eating in or on the go.
Johnny's Meat Flip, Pepperoni Flip, Ham and Cheese Flip, Muffaletta Flip, and Chicken Flip in 3 terrific flavors.
Johnny's famous freshly baked crust, folded over and filled with all your favorite ingredients.
Wrap up the great taste of Johnny's with a Johnny's Flip. Johnny's all-you-can-eat lunch buffet. Johnny's great pizza, appetizers, dessert, salad, and more, all for one low price. Enjoy your lunch at Johnny's.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly. I'm your host, Mr. Chrisman. In this week's episode, we'll have a recap for you of the Wildcats game against Mary Hardin-Baylor, talk to our football correspondent, Alonzo Bellamy, and Steve Maxwell brings you a preview of the women's basketball team. But first, the number 21 ranked Wildcats were taking the number 2 ranked Crew. And in the first half, the Wildcats kept it close. But in the second half, the Crew proved to be too much for the Cats. And here's a look at the highlights.
It's not about athletic ability. It's not about tradition. It's about one thing. Do you believe? That's what it boils down to. What's in your heart today? Let's go, bud. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, slow down. The number 21 ranked Wildcats get set to take on number 2 Mary Hardin-Baylor in a game that is expected to be the battle for first place in the ASC.
Kingdoms, rulers, and
and it's ahead. Louisiana College, you won the toss. You want the ball. You want the ball? Let's go.
1, 2, 3, push it.
The Wildcats would take the ball first, and on the first drive, they would struggle to get anything going as Ryan Montague here can only pick up 3 yards on third down. On the Crew's first drive of the game, quarterback Ladero Baylor would get 10 yards here, and it would be the first down of the game. The offense would get another first down here on a 13-yard run by Darius Wilson. But the success would end there as Richard Logan tackles Kamari Reynolds for no gain on third down. The Crew would set up for a 48-yard field goal that Chad Peavy would miss wide left. The Wildcats would start to move the ball on their second drive as Jamie Bunting connects with Cortland Bell for 6 yards. Next play for the Wildcats, and they pick up their first down as Montague gets 4 yards here. The Cats would face a long third down later in the drive, and Bunting finds Kyle Gallion for 21 yards and a big first down. The offense would later stall, and on third down, Bunting will be sacked for a loss of 8 yards. The Wildcats defense would continue to stop the Crew's offense as a host of Cats stopped Brian Gallagher after a pickup of 2 yards on third down. The Cats offense trying to find some rhythm here and picks up 5 yards on a bunting throw to DeMario Parker. On third down, Bunting would be pressured by the Crew's pass rush, but gets it off to Brian Sampson, but Javick Jones jars it loose.
What did 39 do? Did he stretch or he came inside?
He stunned it out, then came back inside.
After a punt by the Wildcats, the Wildcat defense forces the Crew offense into another third down, where Baylor will find Jeff Miles for 32 yards and a first down. Cats once again force the Crew into a third down, but this time Phil Ford comes up with a crucial sack and forcing another field goal attempt.
Watch the ball. Watch the ball, guys. Please. Watch the ball, D-line.
The Crew will come on for a second field goal attempt, and Peavy will miss his second field goal from 42 yards, still scoreless after the first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and the Cats trying to find anything on offense, and Montague picks up 6 yards on second down. Cats facing a third down and becoming the story for the game for both teams, and Bunting connects with Gallion for 10 yards and a first down. New back in the game for the Cats, and Reggie Sims picks up 5 yards, but the offense stalls there. Cats have to punt again. The Crew offense trying to get something going, but Wilson can only pick up 2 yards as Ford makes the stop. Wilson will get the call again and picks up 2 yards. Nate Jansen on the tackle, another third down for the Crew. The Crew facing the 5th third down of the game, and Bailey fits the ball into Caleb Moore's hands for a first down. First down now for the Crew, and Elijah Hudson gets the call, but it will be stopped here for a loss by Juarez Bradley. The Cats defense put in the Crew in a lot of third down situations, but once again, Bailey finds Wilson for a first down. Cats defense steps up here and stops Bradley Waddell for no gain. Second down now, and Hudson rips off an 18-yard run here to put the Crew on the LC 35-yard line. The defense with their backs against the wall come up big here, stopping Wilson for a loss of 5 yards, leading to another punt for the Crew. Both offenses struggling in the first half so far, but converting on third down, and Montague picks up 6 yards in getting the first. Later in the drive, Montague picks up 7 yards here, setting up yet another third down for the Cats. Cats facing another third down here, and it will be converted as Bunting hooks up with Parker for 3 yards. The offense finally moving the ball here, and on this play, Bunting finds Gallion for his 3rd catch of the game and 21 yards. Bunting will find Gallion again for another 20-yard catch, putting the Cats on the 9-yard line. A huge missed opportunity for the offense there, and Adon Oliveras converts from 25 yards. Cats lead 3-0 late in the second quarter. Converting third downs for both teams is a story here in the first half, as Bailey picks up 5 yards, but the Cats will stop him just short of the first down.
I think it was one of our first half, the best we had played this season as a team collectively. We on defense, we were shutting them out. They wanted to come out and run 21 on us a lot. We started stopping it a lot, and they was out of place. They didn't really know what to do. No, they were trying to do a lot of things that we just prepared to. We played good as a defense in the first half.
Peavy in the punt for the Crew, and Broderick Frederick gets a chance to return it, and he returns it for 33 yards, setting up good field position for the Cats. The offense looking to build on the 3-point lead, and Bunting connects with Bell, who makes a great catch, but a holding penalty would negate that play for the Cats. Cats facing a long first down after the penalty, and Bunting takes a shot downfield and finds Parker for 42 yards and a huge first down.
You got to stay in here and protect on that edge.
Later in the drive, Bunting will face another third down and will be sacked, and will lose the ball as well. The Cats will recover and get the first down. With 0.1 seconds left in the half, the Cats set up for a second field goal attempt, but it will be blocked, and Jones takes it to the house for a 95-yard touchdown, a huge change of events for the Wildcats. Peavy would come on for the point after, but Justin Williams gets a hand on it. UMHB leads 6-3 going to halftime. Coach Wallace not looking happy after the change of events.
I was hoping we'd get 6 points up there, but it's the way way things happen in the game of football. You never know what's happening next. Sudden changing. And it happened. But we had to capitalize, and we didn't capitalize as defense, and it hurt us.
Oh, I mean, it's always a different scenario when you score. It's just, I think so. If we would have punched it in, it would have been a completely different game. But, I mean, we didn't, so we got to just go off of what happens in the game.
I felt like if we would have even just kicked the field goal, it would have been, a whole different ball game. But, like I said, we fought. I think we played our hearts out today, and we just didn't get the job done.
It's definitely a big letdown going into the halftime. But, you can't hang your head. You got to keep pushing through, and then know that we got to come out second half.
We're going out for 30 more minutes, man. If they don't score, they don't win the game. Right. If they don't score, they don't win the game. Bottom line, period. Enough said. Break it off from the coaches. Yeah. Let's go!
Start of the third quarter, and the Crew looking to build on their momentum as Bailey takes a shot downfield and finds Miles for a 64-yard touchdown. UMHB extends their lead 13-3 early in the third quarter.
had the energy. It was just that big play. We didn't limit the big play, and it hurt us.
First half, we was just going back and forth, but I feel like second half, they ain't changed nothing up. They just did what they did. We probably had a few miscues, but, you know, stuff like that just happened. But I feel like we get on the field with anybody, we can play with anybody, you know. It's just how I feel.
Cats go 3 and out on their first drive of the half, and Bailey would find Hudson for another Crew touchdown. UMHB goes up big, 20-3, still in the third.
We always talk about recovery. Now's our time to recover.
Cats in a big hole now and can get only 8 yards on the screen play to Bell. Cats would later have to punt. The defense comes up with a huge stop here on third down as Ford sacks Bailey, continue his big day. Cats trying to get anything going on offense, and Montague picks up 10 yards here. However, they will have to punt again. The Crew trying to put the game away, but Wilson would be stopped here for a 2-yard loss as he's tackled by Grant Medine. The Crew facing a long second down here, and Bailey connects with Moore for 37 yards. Big plays becoming the story in the second half. Bailey will throw his third touchdown pass of the game as John Ross is on the receiving end of this one. UMHB up 27-3 late in the third quarter. Cats in a deep hole now and trying to find any life on offense as Bunting finds Parker for a first down. The Cats struggling to do anything offensively as Montague is stopped here for a 5-yard loss. A key moment late in the third quarter, Ford will make the tackle here on Wilson, but he'll be injured on the play, and it could potentially be a huge loss for the defense.
I read the down block, came down on the down block, I saw the running back, I put my hand out to grab him, got hit in the back, and my arm popped, so hope I can come back next week.
Later in the fourth quarter, second offensive drive for the Cats, and continue to fight hard as Bunting connects with Parker here for 27 yards. Montague finally finds some running room against this Crew defense as he picks up 15 yards here. Wildcats offense finally showing a little life here as Bunting hooks up with Montague for 9 yards. Cats starting to move the ball here against this Crew defense, and Bell hooks up with Bunting for another 12 yards and a first down. The offense finally looking like they have something going here, but Bunting is sacked, killing what little momentum they had. Going forward on fourth down, and Bunting throws an interception to Jones, who continues his good day against the Cats.
We just couldn't catch a groove, I guess. We've been having problems catching our rhythm all year, and we had it in the first half, and then for some reason we lost in the second half.
We weren't clicking. All 11 weren't clicking today on offense.
To me, we two equally teamed, but playing that type of team is the team that make the less mistakes. And we wasn't that team today. We had a few mistakes, and it was just a battle. And once they got the momentum, it was just hard to get it back.
The Crew's ability to make big plays in the second half became the story for the offense, as Wilson here picks up 57 yards. The Cat defense would force Mary Hardin-Baylor in a field goal attempt, and Peavy is good from 31 yards. Mary Hardin-Baylor extends their lead 30-3 in the fourth quarter.
Played pretty good defense. We just couldn't muster in offense. You got a great team. Thank you. Great job, Coach. Thank you.
Disappointing loss to the Cats as they fall to the Crew 30-3. Cats lose their first game in the ASC, falling to 2-1 and 4-2 overall.
Now, I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the way you fought for 4 quarters. And here's what I know about you. You're going to come back and fight next week, and we're going to go out to Sul Ross, and we're going to get a victory, and we're going to get back on track to go to the playoffs. You still have all your goals at hand. Be the winningest team in the history of Louisiana College, make the playoffs. I'd like to see them again.
Win 4 out and make the playoffs, as Coach told us. So I feel like we got a good enough team to be in the top 10 in the nation right now. We just got to come out and show everybody else. Because right now, I know we ain't going to have too many believers. We lost the 2 top 10 teams. And this one today just ain't help us, but we're going to go out and show the people what we can do these next 4 games.
A disappointing loss by a very talented Mary Hardin-Baylor team. I'm joined now, as always, with our football correspondent, Alonzo Bellamy. Alonzo, the defense really played well in the first half. Just talk about their play.
Well, the defense came out with a spark, with
with a chip on their shoulder, just like any other Saturday. They come out, they handle their business, man. They really make it hard for offenses to penetrate them, man. They're really like a brick wall out there, man. They play fast, they play hard, and they hit hard every Saturday. They show up to play.
Right now, Zoe, a real turning point in the game came at the end of the first half when they blocked a field goal and returned it 95 yards for a touchdown. And talk about how the momentum really shifted for y'all. Talk about how that affected y'all going to halftime.
Well, I mean, during the course of the whole first half, we really just beat them to the ground. Statistically, we really just beat them up real bad. And going into the half, we had put together a good drive, and then they managed to block a field goal and take it back. And I think that really it caused us to really kind of just question whether we still were in control of the game. I mean, we really did have a tough time somewhat this year with playing under. It's kind of hard for us to come back sometimes. We really have to do better with that.
Right now, Zoe, in the third quarter, they came out and hit y'all with a big pass play for a touchdown. And really, the second half was a story about giving up big plays. Just talk about how that affected y'all throughout the whole game.
Well, I mean, they came out second half with some fire, man. They got the ball back right after they had returned the field goal for another big play. And I mean, it was just like they had that same momentum from the first half, and they just rode that same momentum on into the second half. And I guess we weren't ready to capitalize on it, man.
Now, Alonzo, into the third quarter, we saw Phil Ford make a tackle and got hurt on a play. It's unknown if he'll miss any time or how much. Talk about what he brings to the table and how hard it is to replace a player like him.
Well, Phil Ford is a guy that really just lines up and intimidates anybody who's standing in front of him, man. He's a big, strong, physical, and fast guy, man. He runs the field for us defensively. He really is a guy that makes it hard for running backs to get on the outside of us and turn the ball upfield. He's really all over the field. I mean, we're really going to miss him this week, but I think he will be ready to practice next week. So we're looking forward to having him next week. We're really going to miss him this week.
Now, Zoe, offensively, y'all got shut out probably for the first time. Y'all got a field goal, but y'all didn't get a touchdown. Y'all couldn't really find an identity or get a rhythm going. Talk to me about how important that is.
Well, yeah, offensively, I mean, really the offense sets the tone for any game. I mean, for any team, really, the offense really is the main factor. I mean, we have to put points on the board no matter what. And I mean, Saturday we kind of struggled with our identity. We kind of came out. We were unsure. We didn't really have any stability on offense, and I really think that hurt us. Just trying to pick and choose different plays to see what was working, and it really caught up with us in the end of the game. Really caused us to have a stalemate.
Right now, Alonzo, what's the attitude been like on the team after a loss like that, and how do y'all feel?
Well, I mean, it's typical in football when you lose to a very good team. When two good teams play, I mean, someone has to lose. And, I mean, the losing team, it's typical for them to get their heads down a little bit. But, I mean, Coach Dunn has really taught us how to just battle back and how to rise when we fall, man. And we've done a good job of just rallying back, man. We're just looking forward, man. We still have a chance. Man, we can't let that one loss just dictate the rest of our season. We have to battle back no matter what.
Right now, Alonzo, y'all have 4 games left of the season, and y'all play Sul Ross this weekend. Talk about the preparation for this week for them.
Well, I mean, actually, Coach Dunn said he's not really trying to load us down with plays. He says the offense is pretty much set, so we're really just working on just execution, just polishing up on plays where we have negative plays for a lack of execution, for a lack of effort. We just have to focus on our effort and our execution, just consistency. We have to find a rhythm on offense, and when we get that rhythm, we have to keep going.
Right, Alonzo, will we see anything different this week against Sul Ross offensively? Y'all still try to establish the run game and pass it?
For the most part, you'll still see the same Louisiana College offense. I mean, we're going to come out, we're going to throw the ball, we're going to run the ball, and whatever works best for us, I think that's what we'll end the game doing.
Thank you, Alonzo, for joining us. I always look forward to talking to you and look forward to talking to you again next week, and good luck this Saturday. Now, basketball season is right around the corner, and Steve Maxwell has a preview of the girls' basketball team.
Well, it's about that time again. Louisiana College basketball is getting back underway. And for the Lady Wildcats here, they are having their first practice Monday. And you know what? They couldn't be more excited.
I feel good. Like, our first practice was amazing. It was a lot different from the first practice we had last year. It seemed like everybody was all in it, so I'm feeling kind of pumped up about it. I'm ready. We ready?
Yes, it definitely is exciting. But for the newcomers and freshmen, this may be something they have never faced before. But they look forward to it and embrace the challenge.
It was a good first practice. It was intense, but, you got to work hard. It's definitely, you got to kick it up a notch. You got to work harder, new level. I was nervous coming in. Now I feel a lot better. I'm excited and ready to work for the rest of the season.
And for the Lady Wildcats, it's all about toughness, intensity, and the desire to improve and be greater. Something senior Natosha Gottlieb knows the importance of.
I'm excited. I'm ready to go. We have a bunch of returners back. We have a couple of new people that are going to really help us. Right now it's just about coming together. Once we come together, we're going to be good. His motto right now is definitely toughness. I think to us and to him, we weren't as tough as we needed to be to pull out some of those close games. Concordia here, in Kentucky in the NCAA tournament. We need to be tough enough to pull out those games, and that's just something he's driving into us right now.
From WildcatsMedia.com, I'm Steve Maxwell.
Thank you, Steve, for that preview on the women's basketball team, and hopefully we'll catch up with the men's basketball team before the season starts. And a big congrats to the men's golf team as they recorded the first win in the tournament, and also good luck to the men's and women's soccer teams as they prepare for the final home games this Thursday and Saturday. Now, a reminder, the LC football team travels to Alpine, Texas to take on Sul Ross. Be sure to check the highlights next week on Wildcat Weekly. For Alonzo Bellamy and Steve Maxwell, I'm Spencer Chrisman reporting for Wildcat Weekly on WildcatsMedia.com.